I found an object in the woods approximately 300 feet off a trail. It has a diameter of about 24 inches and is made of a woven material that resembles carbon fiber, weighing between 5 to 8 pounds. When struck, it produces a metallic sound. This item was found on private property in a somewhat hard-to-reach area and was not present there just over a month ago. The nubs on either side appear to have been bearing surfaces at some point as they are polished. Additionally, it left a 6-inch deep indent in the ground. What is this? This is Google Hydrazine Propellant Tank. I bought this dish at a thrift store, believing it could be suitable for tacos, but it turned out to be less than ideal. I'm considering that it might be a napkin holder, but who needs this many compartments? Perhaps I could use it for toasted bread? I'm honestly not sure. As I mentioned, the compartments are a bit too narrow for taco shells. It likely originated from the UK. What is its actual purpose? This is a toast rack. It's very British. It's for boiled eggs and soldiers. Toast. You have your boiled eggs in the egg cups and slices of toast in the rack you have posted. You might fancy 2 pieces of toast to 1 egg, or you might fancy 1 piece of toast. Depends on whether you just want to dip the yolk or have the whole egg on your toast. In a nutshell, it's a polite way of giving the breakfast person an option to be dainty with 1 slice, or all-out permission to have as much toast per ratio with egg they need to function for the day ahead. I found this tool, likely automotive, marked Safety Seal, featuring an Allen pressure gauge with a Bakelite handle. It came from a collection of old tools I acquired at an estate sale, primarily consisting of higher-end brands, albeit vintage. I have searched for Safety Seal, but only found information on a different company, and I understand that Allen is simply the manufacturer of the dial gauge. Any ideas? It's a compression tester with a remote starter switch. I found a dark wooden object measuring 3 inches by 8 inches and weighing 2.2 ounces at a thrift store. I used Google Lens to search for similar items, and the closest match it provided was a wooden pestle, but it feels too light for that purpose. I would appreciate your thoughts on it. There are no obvious markings on the item, but when I scratched a small area, I noticed that the wood underneath is significantly lighter. Anyone know what this is? It's a wooden carver's mallet, which is used for driving a chisel into wood. It prevents damage to the handle of the chisel. You can tell by all the dents in the mallet. I bet either somebody passed away or somebody felt that it still had some life in it and it ended up being donated. I found several glass tubes filled with a brown gas in a school science lab. Each tube is approximately 18 inches long. What could it be? Bromine ampules are typically utilized for storing liquid bromine. They contain a type of nitrogen oxide that serves as a learning aid. By placing one end in ice, the substance condenses. It's important to handle them with great care. While it's not the most dangerous situation, you definitely want to avoid inhaling any fumes if the glass tube breaks. I acquired this item at a fair, but did not have the chance to inquire about its purpose. One side features a file-like texture, while the other has a smooth black plastic-like surface. The exterior has a smooth metallic matte finish. It consists of 2 foldable components, a smaller one on the inside and a larger one that serves as a cover, both attached with single metal hinges. My attempts to research metal foldable keychains have only led me to toilet keychains. Additionally, the entire item is non-magnetic, and I am uncertain about how to further investigate its purpose. What is this metal keychain intended for? This is a purse table hanger intended to suspend a purse from a table, keeping it off the ground or a chair. Various designs serve the same purpose. My metals professor in college does not know what this thing is, and we are as well, despite him having several of varying sizes. The box contains no information beyond what is depicted in the photo. The object appears to be made of a ceramic material and features an inverted dome at its center. It resembles a ceramic disc or plate and seems to have relevance in metal forming or an art metal studio. We suspect that Superior may be the manufacturer, but our online searches have yielded no results. The age of the item is uncertain, and it weighs approximately 1 pound and 2 pounds respectively for the sizes. It's around 2.5 inches on both sides. Any ideas what this thing is? It is a slate dish for grinding flux. Back in the day, you put a little water in it and rubbed a borax cone in it to make up the day's flux. I found a wall-mounted metal object at Hohensalzburg Fortress. There were 3 or 4 rooms containing these items, none of which had accompanying explanations. Each object was elevated off the floor and resembled a metal box enclosed in a cage. They were uniform in size, measuring approximately 20 centimeters in width and depth and 50 centimeters in height. While I would like to speculate that they are radiators, my understanding of the historical context indicates that only a few rooms were heated, primarily using catchalofens or underfloor heating in the party room. Any ideas? These are pretty much radiators that were filled with embers and/or hot stones when needed. It's fed from the other side of the wall. One service room could have several ports into these radiators to feed several different rooms with heat. Many are far more ornate than this one. Given the simple nature of this one, this was probably not a room for the wealthy family, but perhaps an important level of worker. Maybe a military room? I found this item in my great-aunt's guitar case, where it was wrapped in what appears to be an elastic shoelace. The metal nail component is contained within a plastic tube, and I presume it is related to an acoustic guitar. Any ideas what this thing is? It's a capo. A capo is a device a musician uses on the neck of a stringed, typically fretted instrument to transpose and shorten the playable length of the strings, hence raising the pitch. It is a common tool for players of guitars, mandolins, mandolas, banjos, ukuleles, and bouzoukis. The word derives from the Italian capitasto, which means the nut of a stringed instrument. Musicians commonly use a capo to raise the pitch of a fretted instrument, so they can play in a different key using the same fingerings as playing open, i.e., without a capo. In effect, a capo uses a fret of an instrument to create a new nut at a higher note than the instrument's actual nut.